56-35, the Sherando Warriors with a Region 4D first-round playoff win over the James Wood Colonels. The Colonels up 21-7 at one point. This Colonels team fought hard the entire game. Owen Neal making plays happen in the air and on the ground, finding Kaden McCullough, Aidric Yurish numerous times, and Xavier Price for an incredible touchdown catch in double coverage. But the Sherando Warriors clicked offensively and defensively. They did not like the result 21-7, and the Sherando Warriors doing what they do best to tie the game at 21 going into halftime. Jacob Henry on the ground in the air, finding Treyvonne Washington. He found Sean Benton for a long catch as well, and he was able to rush in for a few touchdowns on the ground as well. All in all, a very, very incredible football game as Sherando tied it at 21 going into the half, and they kept their foot on the gas pedal throughout the course of the second half. James Wood inching closer and closer and closer, but Sherando overcoming adversity to put a win on the scoreboard in round one of the Region 4D playoffs. It is confirmed that Sherando will be traveling to George Washington of Danville. I'm not sure if that is Friday or Saturday, but that is the next opponent for the Sherando Warriors in their quest to potentially bring home a state title. But coming up on the postgame show, you'll hear from James Wood Colonels head coach Todd Wilson, as well as Jacob Henry, Sherando starting center Jarrett C., and the head coach of the Sherando Warriors, TJ Rohrbaugh, as the Sherando Warriors are victorious here in Stevens City, Virginia, over the James Wood Colonels.
Yeah, and just what you most like about what you guys are doing early, getting a 21-7 lead.
I mean, moving the ball. I mean, we were explosive. We had a good game plan. We were executing. So yeah, I mean, you like what you saw when we're putting points on the board.
And then just, that end of the half, the turnover on downs, the fumble, just, overheard you talking about penalties, just, what do you feel is the biggest contributing factor?
I mean, that slowed us down. I mean, you can't get behind the sticks, especially when you're playing, really good football teams in the playoffs. It's turnovers and penalties, and that's what kind of got us tonight. I mean, they're a good football team. I mean, they made adjustments and corrected things, but that one drive where we picked up got behind the sticks, then picked up the first down, and there was a flag again, but brought us back another 10 yards. That drive hurt us. I think if we maybe could have went up 3 scores on them, that probably changes maybe a little bit of what they do. I don't know. It's still a lot of game left there, but I like our chances, with 3 scores ahead. But penalties and turnovers, name of the game, and that's kind of what got us tonight.
Yeah. And just really got it, that running game going in the second half for Sherando, and just, couple big breakdowns that kind of led to some big plays for them.
No, I mean, it wasn't necessarily big, breakdowns. It's, guys just not executing what they're doing. Some linebackers with, their heads down or running past the ball. So it wasn't a ton of, big breakdowns. They're a really good football team. I mean, if you just sit in the stands and look out there and look at their size of their offensive line compared to the size of our defensive line, I mean, a lot of the football games are won in the trenches. And they got some really good football players on their offensive line. So, it's blocking and tackling, and their guys did a good job of blocking things up. And, makes it easy for their running backs and their quarterbacks to get out in space when their big boys up front are doing their job.
Yeah. Xavier with that big touchdown there in the corner, just going to show the explosive plays that your team was able to make. It seemed like your team, with those explosive plays, continuing to do what they do best in that aspect. What can you say about offensively there?
Yeah, I mean, got a lot of guys made explosive plays. Owen made some good plays with his arm. He made some plays with his legs. Aidric had some explosive plays. The big touchdown by Xavier. I mean, these are things we see out of those kids every day in practice. So it's not surprising. And thankfully, like the 3 guys I just named there, all 3 of them are juniors. So, they'll get in the weight room. They're committed. Hopefully we'll be able to do some of that same stuff next year.
What was so great about seeing Owen utilizing the passing game and utilizing the ground game as well to gain some success as well?
I mean, that's just what he does. I mean, he takes kind of what you give him. They were leaving the middle of the field open a little bit for us, and we were able to throw some, dig routes on them. That's what Aidric was doing really well there for a while. He got a Northwest District Offensive Player of the Year, rightfully so. Owen is a really good football player. I mean, he's kind of the heartbeat of the offense, and everything runs through him. And he made some really good plays tonight.
And just really good fight from the team in the second half after Sherando got off that strong start in the second half. What did you see from your team there?
Nothing. I mean, that's what I told them. I mean, once we went into halftime with a tie score, that's what I told them at halftime. It's exactly where we want to be. We weren't in that situation the first time around. So I thought our kids, matched the intensity in the second half. We just didn't get the stops we needed. And then the turnovers and the penalties, kind of snuck up again in the second half.
And just last one from me, Coach, just post-game. I know a lot of handshakes and coaches hugging, and I saw you take a picture with, I believe, the seniors. Just how much of a great group was this to coach for this James Wood team this year in your mind as the head coach? I mean,
they're a great group of young men. They all make mistakes. One of the players I talked to, I said, you drove me crazy sometimes, but I love you the same. My own son drives me crazy at times, so they're all like sons to me. We work year round. I'm with these kids as much as my own family. So you look at them as you're part of your own family, and you just wish the best for them. And that's what we told them, that if anything in the future, they need anything from us, something comes up, they need a letter of recommendation, we'll do whatever we can to help them.
Just all part of that special senior class in general.
They're all special. Every senior class is special. They put 4 years of their hard work in, and then it comes to an end. That's what makes football so special. You can go out and play old man league, softball, and volleyball and golf and all that stuff. But football is a thing that eventually comes to an end for everybody.
Coach, really appreciate your time.
Yes, sir. Thank both of you for what you've done for high school football and covering us this year.
Jacob Henry joining me at post-game after the Warriors defeat James Wood in the first round of the playoffs. I know obviously a slow start to start, but turning on the Jets after seeing what James Wood was able to accomplish, that must have fueled the fire to just go on that run and continue that through the second half. What really stood out?
Honestly, offense came today. But defense been taking care of us all year. They're the reason we're in the playoffs right now, and it just feels good to give back to them. But the whole offense did it, and it's time. Like the O-line deserves what they got, and they deserve all the credit today.
How huge was it that defense stepped up when needed? I know early James Wood had some good scoring plays, but I believe winning the turnover battle. How huge is that they stepped up in big moments like this?
There was no doubt in my mind the defense wasn't going to come. It was just when they were going to come. And I'm a big fan of Owen Neal. He knows it. I just talked to him and his dad. I'm the biggest fan of him, and I think he deserves first team like what he got. And I love watching him play. I just don't like him turning up on our defense. But I knew our defense was going to come eventually, and I'm glad they did.
Seemed like the offensive line was creating space for you to make some big explosive plays as well. What really stood out, and what did you see offensively from your line?
The O-line they've been hungry all week. They've been hungry for the big games, and Coach Warbaugh, Coach Combs, they preach to them just get dirty and make plays, and it's an opportunity to, be aggressive with a person legally. So that's what they do, and that's what we preach to them to do, and they did it tonight.
What's the message moving forward after this one?
Just keep battling, and just stick through it. No matter how cold it is at practice, no matter how bad practice is, just keep going, because this is my first year. I learn week by week, and I don't want to stop, so just keep battling.
Jacob Henry joining us after the big win over the James Wood Colonels. Certainly appreciate your time, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sherando starting center, I believe all district honors as well after the big win over James Wood. Jarrett C., I know that the playmakers, Jacob Henry, Jalen Tasco Murray, credit you and the offensive line. What has really worked so well?
we're just one big family. We're always together. The offensive line has to be 5 people acting as one, and then the fact that, we've got a guy like Coach Combs and Coach Rohrbaugh to, really help unify us and always make sure, we know what's going on. And then just up front, it's about being gritty and physical, and they just help push that for us. And, I got to give a lot of credit to our coaches, and again, it's the friendships we have. We know, what each other are doing. We know each other's play styles. We go to dinner out probably once a week together, and, it's just that familyness that allows us to work together and let those guys behind us work.
Is it really rewarding in your mind as a member of the offensive line, seeing what success is generated by what you're able to do, making those holes, creating space, and blocking when needed?
Absolutely. When you're – last time we played Wood, we had close to 400 rushing yards. And when you see that, it just makes us want to work. Jalen, when he's bouncing off guys, running over guys, he just keeps chugging. He works for us, we work for him. And, when you see that, personally, it just makes me happy and makes me want to keep working for him. Same thing with Jacob.
And what's just the message moving forward after a big win? I know James Wood started out pretty hot, but offensively turning it up midway through the first half and keeping that going all the way to the finish line.
We got to just keep getting after it. We can't let these stupid mistakes set us back. We can't be doing all that, just talking to the other side. It's us versus them. We don't need to go in and buy into any of the trash talk. And then, that sets us back. And then eventually, when you're not thinking right up top, you can't get things done. And it's just being smart. At the end of the day, the message is being smart, play smart football, and just get after it.
Jarrett, really appreciate the time. Congrats for the win.
Thank you, sir.
Sherando Warriors with a big win over the James Wood Colonels in the first round of the playoffs. Joining me, Coach TJ Rohrbaugh, head coach of the Warriors. Coach, I know probably not the cleanest game in the mind of a coach, but how did it feel just coming back when James Wood got that big lead and securing the victory?
Oh, no, it was great, man. I was proud of our kids. Like you said, man, there's a lot of things that we need to clean up if we're going to have a shot to win next week. But I was proud of our kids and the way they fought back. They got down early. They didn't get down on themselves, and they just kept playing hard, and we were able to come back and win.
And just that adversity, being down and them coming back like that, what does that say about the fight in this team when it comes to a playoff game and just doing what they did?
Oh, no, I don't ever doubt our guys. I don't ever doubt the heart and the effort that they play with, and I think that really showed out there tonight, and I'm just proud of our guys.
And offensively, the offensive line, Jacob credited the offensive line for the explosive plays he had on the ground and in the air as well. What can you say about how huge the offensive line played in this game?
No, I think they did a great job. I think we were effective running the football tonight. And like I say every week, man, if the games that we've lost, we haven't been very effective with our ground game. But whenever we've been able to get our ground game going, we found a lot of success. So I was proud with the way the guys played up front.
And was there sort of a message after that time where James Wood took the lead that brought your team maybe some extra motivation to come back and tie it up at halftime?
Yeah, I just thought our guys, they just kept fighting, man. We just kept plugging away offensively, defensively. They hit us with a lot of plays. Their offense is dynamic. They got some really good football players. We had a hard time slowing them down, but, it was good coming out of the halftime there with the tie ball game and being able to get some momentum going our way.
And winning the turnover battle, I know you stressed that importance of winning the turnover battle. How huge was it? Come away with, it seemed like two big turnovers later in that game.
Yeah, there was one early, too. We were down 21-7, and Evan Combs, was able to force a fumble. We recovered, and we were able to cut the lead to 21-14, and then Chase Aidric came up with two big plays there at the end of the game. And, just us not having any turnovers and being able to create 3 turnovers, that was a big part of the football game.
I would ask the question, but I already know the answer after the film tomorrow. It's preparation the same week in and week out. I assume more of the same this week as well.
Yeah, we'll watch the film, and, there's a lot of things that we need to clean up, and we just need to take care of ourselves and hopefully next Friday play our best game.
All righty, there you have the head coach of the Sherando Warriors, TJ Rohrbaugh, after a big playoff win in the first round of the Region 4D playoffs against the James Boyd Colonels. Certainly appreciate your time, Coach, and we will catch you down the line.
All right, thank you, Kirby. I appreciate it.